And welcome to a Tuesday night of DC Everest soccer coverage. My name's Chris Conley, and in just a few minutes we'll be underway with our opening whistle between the DC Everest Evergreens and the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's. The Evergreens are on the air, and we welcome you out to the soccer pitch at the DC Everest Middle School. Was a little bit humid earlier today. This is the opener for both of these teams. I think they'd like it to cool down a little bit more. We're in the middle 80s today. It'll be 77 when we get underway. These teams met a year ago, also in the season opener. Eau Claire Memorial hosted 4 teams on a Friday and a Saturday. They gave the Evergreens a 5-1 loss to start off last year. Both of these teams have returning goalkeepers. Both of these teams look to build on last year. Evergreens were in 4th place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference a year ago, 10-7-3. Eau Claire Memorial finished 2nd place in the Big Rivers Conference, 11-6-3. And the Old Abe's are a high-quality soccer program. Seems like they're competing for state honors for girls soccer each spring. And the boys soccer program, not too shabby either. The starting lineups will be out on the field in just a moment, and then our national anthem. Getting ready for the soccer opener on a Tuesday night. And why don't we take our first commercial break, and then we'll be back with our opening whistle when we come right back. This is DC Everest Soccer on Zaleski Sports.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
I love when I see Bill's Service Center as one of our sponsors because I think of commercials that I would never do. Yeah, that one's right there. Starting lineups are coming out in front of the crowd that's gathered here at the soccer pitch. Let's go down to field level as these starters are being introduced.
Number 10, Liam Junker. 13, Joseph Mua. Number 15, Charles Funk. Number 16, Dockin Welch. Number 18, Jack Hudson. Number 21, Wesley Hall. The Old Abe's are coached by David Kite. And now, the starting lineup for the DC Evergreens. In the goal, senior, co-captain, Jacob Lorgy Lord. Number 3, senior, Aiden Schultz. Number 4, senior, Cal Wenninger. Number 7, senior, Raul Gonzalez. Number 8, junior, Jonah Vesper. Number 9, senior, Thierry Lohr. Number 10, senior, co-captain, Colin Belton. Number 12, junior, Tyler Gertz. 13, junior, Evan Beek. Number 15, senior, Colin Abil. Number 20, sophomore, Jacob Dissel. The Evergreens are coached by Josh Rolla.
All right, we've got a nice crowd here at the soccer. For the national anthem, then we'll have soccer underway.
our national anthem. Performing tonight are members of the DC Everest Band, Jasper Lang, Dan Garrett, Alexa Rett, Sophie Placer, and Chloe Leopold.
Let's take a quick
Soccer underway, DC Everest and the Old Abe's of Eau Claire Memorial, when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar. Edgar Family Restaurant is located just south of Highway 29 in Edgar and open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, drink, dessert, get it all at Edgar Family Restaurant. Homemade food to fill your belly and your soul. Daily specials including Friday fish fry, soup, salad, pies made from scratch, and a full menu of choices are yours at Edgar Family Restaurant. Give back to those who support our community. Give back and visit Edgar Family Restaurant for breakfast tomorrow, then stay for lunch and dinner too. Edgar Family Restaurant is a proud backer of Wildcats football.
You're ready for the other football. Teams are on the pitch and will be underway in just a moment. I'm Chris Conley, my 12th year as the voice of the Evergreens. Very nice that we can add pictures to our soccer coverage this year. We did some of the games on the radio over the past year, and I get it. A picture is worth 1,000 words. You'll enjoy this presentation from Zaleski Sports so much more because you'll be able to see the action unfold. Evergreens are in their home black kits, black pants. Eau Claire Memorial in the white kits with the black shorts. Something to keep in mind about Eau Claire Memorial. Again, they've got a returning goalkeeper from last season, and the team's goals against average 1.3. So if the Evergreens are going to pull off a win tonight, I mean, what are you looking at? A 1-0 game? Maybe a 2-1 game? Maybe a shutout if Jacob Lorge is up to it for the Evergreens. And the Evergreens are going to get good play in goal this season. But again, if we're playing a high-scoring game, advantage to the visitors, to the Old Abe's. Evergreens got to play this tight and defensively. And the Evergreens have high hopes for this season, but they're opening against a high level of competition. 2 40-minute halves will get us underway in just a moment. And here we are starting our soccer season. We're about 2 weeks away from the start of the school year. Yes, a little less than that. Whistle sounds, play is in. You know, one of the things in chatting with Coach Roloff before the game, and he'll join us for a post-match interview as well, one of the signs of a healthy athletic program, whatever sport is how many kids come out? What's the participation level? He says he's got 60 kids in the soccer program. So that's a really good sign, which means you have your very best at the varsity level. You're developing even more kids at the JV and JV2 level. Just the future looks really bright for you. First long attacking chance. The Evergreens are back. Goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in the attacking third for Eau Claire Memorial. thrown towards the big box, too. It's in traffic. Shots deflected, and that's going to roll towards the keeper and picked up. One of the Everest defenders got a foot on that, didn't get through clean. See what the Evergreens can do with their first possession. Nice pass forward along the far side. This is a run from Tyler Gorch Jr., then got a little too far out in front of it over the touchline. Evergreens last year were good at the midfield. And the Evergreens got a lot of loose balls in between towards the center of the pitch. See where the scoring comes from. Here's going to come another chance for Eau Claire. Defense swarm shuts this down. Again, traffic in the box and smothered by Lorge again. So it's been Memorial that's been able to put some of the early pressure on. And turned over there. Turned over by Evan Peak, and the Evergreens get it right back. Again, Peak's one of the known quantities, played a lot of midfield. And Peak is, he was playing a lot as a sophomore a year ago, back for his junior year now. You know what? The Evergreens in the defensive end have been misplaying some of these balls earlier, like the team's still trying to find its sea legs. So hopefully you don't give up something cheap there. Again, there's another turnover. Can Eau Claire Memorial take advantage of one of these shots? Shot on goal, that's deflected. Jonah Vesper disrupted that chance, gathered in by Lorge. So nothing's come through cleanly towards the net. The Evergreens haven't really gotten a look and haven't really gotten any momentum down at the other end here in the early going. Again, this is the team that beat the Evergreens by 4 goals a year ago. Ball's chipped ahead and taken away. Aiden Schultz, senior. Schultz again to the near side. Here's Rosales. I think Rosales is going to be one of the Evergreens' goal scorers from this year. We'll look for production from him and Colin Belton. Rosales has it again, but he's in traffic. Fought through that ball, and the Evergreens get this forward. Meltzko tries to center, taken down, play on through that, and Eau Claire Memorial takes the ball back. First time the Evergreens were able to put together some kind of run. Evergreens of 3, now 4 back defensively. Eau Claire Memorial pushes forward. Leave this forward for Liam Junker from the Old Abes, but loses it in the corner and goes out of play. So at the edge of the attacking third, Eau Claire Memorial will throw in. About 4 minutes into our season opener. Again, Eau Claire Memorial's possessed the ball more so far and has generated more chances. Here again, edge of the box, taken down. Is that going to be in the box? They're going to have a penalty kick coming up here. Uh-oh. Again, a team that doesn't give up a lot of goals. That was taken down just inside the far corner of the box. Penalty kick coming up. So Jacob Lorge will be tested right away. Who's going to take the kick? This will be Liam Junker. That foul just came in the wrong place by maybe a yard or two. You need that on the other side of the line. Junker ready to take this penalty kick here in the early stages. And it's 1-0 Old Apes at the 5-minute mark. Well, I mean, the whistle sounded right away. No question about the call. And in a game where the Evergreens have to keep things low scoring, they'll play from behind 1-0. Lots of time to get it back. I mean, what does this mean in the early going for the Evergreens? It means you're playing with very little margin of error. The Evergreens really cannot afford to go down 2-0. At 1-0, you live to fight again. And, the Evergreens just not really playing their best soccer yet in the early going, and now you find yourself down a goal. And in some ways, this is kind of a measuring stick game. Where do the Old Abe's rank for other teams that the Evergreens are going to see later in the season? Pretty high level of competition to open up the year. Evergreens will play again on Friday and Saturday. They'll be over at Appleton North's Triangular. So they'll have 2 more games later this week. Here at Zaleski Sports, and if you're just joining us, well, hello, we're glad you're here. Obviously it's a video stream. There are pictures this year. That's tremendous. You'll enjoy the soccer presentation much, much more than in past years. So that's great, and we're glad that you found us and that you're here. We have 8 Everest soccer games on the schedule, and the next game that we will do is September 8th. That's the Hammer game. That's the traditional matchup between DC Everest and Rhinelander. The Evergreens have done pretty well against the Hodags in recent years. I figure that Rhinelander would probably be a step down from the level of competition the Evergreens are facing tonight. Again, if you're joining in a little late, my name's Chris Conley. Got lots of Everest sports this fall and right through the season. Zaleski Sports picking up the whole package. That go out of bounds. Yeah, Rosales couldn't save that along the touchline. Evergreens' Colin Abil came up, but the Evergreens have had trouble possessing the ball in the middle part of the field. They've given the ball back to Eau Claire Memorial repeatedly here in the early going. You just hope it doesn't cost them anymore. Eau Claire plays it back. Now goes across. Edge of the box. Shot. Blocked. Deflected. Didn't get through cleanly. Shot again. Just wide. Liam Junker cranked up the big white foot and is just wide from the right foot and wide of the far post. Again, that's the one that the Evergreens can't give up. Stays at 1-0. Goal kick here. Yeah, the other trend that the Evergreens have to work on here, and it's early, so there's time to get things right, but all of the 50-50 balls so far are going to Eau Claire Memorial. You see in high school soccer, though, when both teams are reasonably matched, and I would say, Eau Claire Memorial maybe has some advantages in tonight's match, but, they're not head and shoulders above the Evergreens, and you see momentum will shift in the course of a high school match. Not uncommon. Comes a run for the Evergreens, a little bit long. Jacob Giesel chasing it. And Meltzko had it go off his foot and out of play. This will be an Everest throw-in. Shuri Lohr comes on for the Evergreens. And Meltzko is off. Throw it in, got a push. Foul on the Evergreens. Boy, I saw that the other way. Thought the Everest player was pushed in the back. Not the way it was seen down at pitch level. Soccer Tonight's brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned cooperative offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans, leases, crop insurance, tax, and records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point to get started. To the box. Wow, that's dangerous. Goalie's out of position and ball's out of danger. Came all the way into the small box there, and Jacob Lorge came out. And Lorge got a foot on it, and he has to there, or else the entire net's open. Turning up here, Joseph Mua, out of play. Evergreens will get it back. Penalty kick at the 5th minute. Gave the Old Abes the lead that they're enjoying right now. Evergreens looking for an answer. 10 minutes in. Again, the Old Abes seem like they're able to take the ball away almost at will. Evergreens play this small. Try to move this forward. Captain Colin Belton. Fancy footwork there. Colin wins the individual matchup. That was pretty. And then you see that's the way the match has been so far for the Evergreens. Something good and something bad. Fancy footwork, beat his defender, and then a not-so-good pass. And Eau Claire Memorial gets it back. I mean, for the Evergreens, kind of looks like a first match of the season, yes? Yeah, I think so. I know that the Evergreens would like to thank their soccer program alumni. They played the alumni game, last weekend? Always nice to see the number of former players who've kept themselves in playing shape or playing club soccer somewhere. The Evergreens play this back. You know, in so many other sports, they've decided that the alumni game goes by the wayside. Long ball ahead trying to win this is Lohr. And turned over. Here's Rosales. Edge of the box. Tries to get this centered in traffic to Schultz. Schultz was marked immediately. That should be a handball or a push. The foul goes against the Evergreens. Yeah, that was the initial whistle, and then when the Evergreens couldn't maintain control, goes back to Eau Claire Memorial. So the initial foul came before that push and before that handball, which I think you saw pretty clearly from our Zaleski Sports cameras. Whistle here. And that's Jayden Boss of the Old Abes committing the foul. Quick restart for the Evergreens, trying to get that down to Rosales. Well, that was a handball. There it is. They saw that. So the Evergreens are going to get this just on the edge of the big box. Yeah, that bounced up high and went off the hand of Liam Junker, who's the goal scorer here. This is a pretty good spot for the Evergreens. Let's see if something promising develops out of this. It's going to be the first good look at the goal that the Evergreens are going to have all night here at the 12-minute mark. Going to push that wall back a little bit further. Here we go. Let's see how the Evergreens play this. Blast it towards the net or try chipping this high and try flooding the zone. Let's see. Here we go. Right into the wall. And then the rebound, much too high. Onto the roof of the concession stand. Opportunity knocked. Nothing came of it. The other football is brought to you by Heartland Farms, a fifth-generation potato and vegetable farm producing many varieties of chipping potatoes, currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. They're currently the cream of the crop in the potato farming business. Learn more at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. Please patronize all of our sponsors. You'll see their commercials and you'll hear me talking about them. It's the sponsors of these Zaleski sports streams that make the high school coverage possible. Support the sponsors, more high school sports for you and I to enjoy. Here's Weniger with a little bit of a run for the Evergreens. Leaves it for Rosales, has a little bit of space, and Rosales overran the ball. The Evergreens go backwards. Saved by Giesel. Played off to the wing. And you know what? I guess this is kind of an encouraging trend. Since the foul and the direct kick, Evergreens have held the ball down in this attacking end a little bit more. So like we said, there can be momentum shifts in high school soccer. Maybe we're seeing one here. Here we go, Giesel. Giesel had a little more space to move that up. Played along the near side. Surveying is Weniger back into the center. Giesel again. A lot of contact there and a push that's not called. And the Everest player, Evan Peak, was looking around looking for a whistle that didn't come there. Play on. You know what? And the lesson there is you've got to play through that. You can't assume that a whistle's going to come. Peak kind of gave up on the chance, and Memorial came away with the ball. And by the way, to my eyes, I would have been fine with a whistle there. Just didn't come. They're just one of the dozens of decisions the soccer referees got to make during the course of play. Challenge there. Evergreens take the ball. This is a good no call. Evergreens move forward. Belton with a little bit of space. Chips it forward. Lohr now on the wing. Lohr tries to center over the crossbar. Had two players streaming towards the near post. I had a couple of teammate opportunities. Instead, that's a tough angle. The closer you get to the end line, the angle diminishes, and the tougher a shot you leave yourself with. Evan Peak is off. Giovanni Alonso is in. Giovanni's going to be easy to identify with the big flowing locks this season. Worth the cost of admission right there at the 15-minute mark. Saw before the broadcast Everest's former athletic director Leanne Kitchell. Her youngest son Charlie is a sophomore now, and it seems like he was just a little kid in grade school. Like where did the time go? And he's in the soccer program. Well, that's a weak pass back, and the goalie, Brody Lupke, had to come off, clean that away. When Leanne Kitchell was athletic director, she has a little bit of history with how these soccer broadcasts actually began. I'll share that story with you in just a moment. It's out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Old Aves. It's going to be in the attacking zone. Our officials saying something. Either didn't like something that was said. We have a brief delay before we throw this in. Thrown into traffic. Outside the box now, but still in the attacking third of the field. This is Jack Hartman. Hartman is challenged there, out of play. That's a good challenge. Memorial will throw this in. So many years ago, let's see, I did the radio-only soccer coverage and the soccer podcasts. By the way, you go to Europe, there are lots of soccer matches that are on the radio because that's their number one sport, and not everyone can be parked in front of a screen for the coverage. So while soccer on the radio is a novelty in the U.S., in other countries, more common than you'd imagine. See if the Evergreens can get something promising going here. 3-on-3, that's a long pass from Lohr. Evergreens fight through this, still have the ball. And then challenging Schultz, couldn't get any separation. Back to the Old Aves. So I'm at the parents' meeting for football, for American football. That's where the kids sign up and get their equipment and all of that. In traffic, got a push here. What's this? Against the Evergreens. Unfriendly whistle right at the top of the big box. So, I mean, it's the first parents' meeting preseason for the American-style football, not soccer. And I'm just chatting with then athletic director Leanne Kitchell. And she says, it'd be nice if we could do more media coverage somehow for the other kids. She says, in the fall, football is by far the number one sport. I mean, the TV stations go over and do the highlights, and like back then, every football game was on the radio. Zaleski Sports wasn't a thing back then, but would be a few years later. And I said, I agree with that. It'd be nice if the other kids would get some media coverage. So I started doing the soccer games and radio broadcasts and podcasts on the radio. That's because Leanne Kitchell suggested it. And now look, now we've got the Zaleski Sports video feed. Got several games this year. In fact, more home games than not are going to be covered right here through the Zaleski website and the Zaleski app. You find us on YouTube. And you know what? These broadcasts, too. I mean, our first Everest broadcast was the football game over at Green Bay against Preble on Thursday night, and the viewership for that was outstanding. And because it's something brand new, not everyone knows about it yet, so it's going to get even bigger. So, if you're a soccer nut, show your friends and family the video feed of this, and there'll be more of them, and then more people can join in the fun. Of course, our number one thing, if you can, come out and support the kids in person. Really, it does mean a lot. That's a challenge, that's a whistle. Jonah Vesper. Yeah, Vesper wasn't straight up. He kind of leaned in to Liam Junker, and the whistle sounds. Quick restart here. Down, that's almost on goal. Cal Weniger had to snuff out the chance. And the Evergreens move this forward. Hey, you know what? The two players there weren't quite sure who was going to move forward towards the ball. Giesel and Belton wound up giving the ball back to the Old Aves. Edge of the box. Chip. That's a promising chance that goes over the crossbar. So, I mean, there's an Everest mistake at midfield, and one or two passes later, it's leading to an Old Abe's look at the goal just over the top. We're at the halfway point of the first half. Evergreen's trailing 1-0, and you know what? The boys are okay as long as they don't go further down. That is the challenge here. Brought to you by Fleet Farm. Ready for fall cleanup? At Fleet Farm, get all the gear you need, mowers to spreaders to grass seed and fertilizer. Check out supplies for outside jobs like pressure washers, shed and paint. Everything you need in one stop at Fleet Farm. Cross the pitch. Wow, that's over the leg of the defender. See if the Evergreens can run this down. Schultz. Going to go over the touchline? No, kept in play. Up. Evergreen's got to control this. No whistle there, too, on what looked like kind of a lean in, but out of play, and the Evergreens will throw it in. Nice to see our TV friends from Channel 9, WAOW, and Channel 7. A referee just came over, just gave a yellow card. Yellow card to Aiden Schultz. At the 21st minute, Schultz will come off. You know what? Schultz thought he was fouled. I think this yellow card is most likely for something that was said. This is an unsportsman yellow card. Yeah, Schultz was looking for a whistle that didn't come. And, you know, it's all the way on the other side of the pitch, so who knows what's going on over there. But it's either that he engaged with one of the other players or engaged with the official, and out comes the card for it. Long kick, goalie out of position, off his line, up, fights for it, and now cleared out of danger. Again, no problem with Lords, the goalie, playing it that way as long as he gets to the ball. He's got to get to the ball in that spot, and he did. And then you need some of your defensemen to go back towards the goal line. Have to look at a replay, see if that actually happened there or not. But goalie up, defensemen have to go back. Throw in coming here. Deep in the zone, thrown in. Rosales is in the neighborhood for the Evergreens. Old Abe's possess again. The Old Abe's have been on the attack so much, Evergreens have had to pack the defense in. Being just the way they're setting up on the field, Old Abe's are a confident group right now. Turned over to the Evergreens. Lucas Rickert will throw in. And the Evergreens are opening up the season with some tough games. I think it's fair to say that the Evergreens are not favored tonight. And the Evergreens will probably not be favored either on Friday when they travel over to Appleton North. So, I mean, what's the point of all of this? The Evergreens will probably be facing some easier teams once they get into conference play, and matches like this get you ready. Pass is way too long and there's no one there. Brody Lupke, the keeper, touch him for the first time in a while. Out of play there, throw into the Old Abe's. Jack Hudson comes on. Wesley Paul comes on, and Charles Funk. 1, 2, 3 new players for the Old Abe's. Off is Charlie Nielsen, Sam McBride, and one other player who I didn't see. Look across the way, the bleachers are more full than empty, so that's nice to see, and why not? Where else would you be on such a pleasant night like this? Got another, week and a half, maybe 2 of summer. Long, glorious fall for outdoor sports. The two things that tell me that the season's change as we go through the fall sports season, as we get into our matches in October, it just gets dark earlier. I mean, we're going to play tonight's match almost entirely without the need of the floodlights. We will in the closing stages of the second half. Played our football game on Thursday, mostly under natural light. Then when you get into October, it's dark before halftime. And of course, as we get into October, you'll just notice the change in the weather. Some years it seems like fall arrives in a single afternoon, that we transition from summer just to something a little bit colder. Promising chance here for the Evergreens. Here's Evan Peak. Peak tried to slide that ahead to Rosales and needed to put a little more foot on it. Goes out of play. Evergreens will throw in, but that was a more promising chance when it was in the middle of the pitch. 15 minutes into tonight's match. Again, the scoring came on a foul in the big box and a penalty kick that Liam Junker cashed in 5 minutes in. 1-0 Old Abe's. And, you know, the Evergreens just one break away from getting even. Evergreens have had trouble in the center of the pitch. Just not a lot of opportunities. They've been marked up close by the Old Abe's. And there, Everest needed a better pass there, taken away. Evergreens have 3 players back, slid towards the center. Again, goalie off his line and won the race to that ball. Lorge plays it dangerously with Campbell Dean, a junior, closing down on him. See if the Evergreens can put together something from the wing. Nice move, still possessing, edge of the box. Evergreens play this back. That's Belton. Belton draws a crowd that was deflected, didn't get through cleanly. Yeah, Belton was quickly double-teamed. Needed to let that one fly right away, just not a lot of separation. Thrown out. The Evergreens, again, don't win the 50-50 ball. Goalie threw that out a long way. The keeper's confident that his man was going to go and fight for it. Closest to it here is Rosales. Play on through that. The opposing player was grabbing the back of Rosales' jersey. But the Evergreens still possess, so there's no whistle. Weniger. Lohr in traffic. Lost it. Evergreens play this back. Evergreens still possess. Can the boys push forward from here? Weniger had to go off of him. Going to be thrown in to Memorial, and nothing comes of that. Got a whistle here. It's going to be a dangerous play and a push afterwards. That's not right. I think the whistle's going to be, it's a dangerous play, and the foul is on Weniger. Yeah, there it is. Right, that's Weniger, dangerous, at the 18-minute mark. Don't like the push afterwards. And to Weniger's credit, walked away and didn't retaliate. Campbell Dean on the restart. High, got some air over this to the edge of the box and into a lot of traffic. Goes back out, and the Old Abe's still possess. Play on through that. Yeah, that's going to be a foul on the Old Abe's. Sure. Easy call. Jack Hudson lowered his shoulder, finessed the Everest player off of that. And the whistle sounds. In the 29th minute now, the 1-0 match. Taken away. And the Evergreens make sure nothing comes of it. Evergreens, again, unable to control that ball first was Belton. Probably need to be a little more patient and gather that in. It's out of play. Evergreens will throw in. With 10 minutes to go until intermission, Soccer Tonight is brought to you by Nicolet Bank, offering you personal banking that works for you. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. See, I combined the two towns into one. There is no Medgar. Only takes one chance, trailing 1-0. And the Evergreens gave up that early goal and have done a good job keeping a pretty high-powered team at 1-0. So we haven't had a goal scored tonight in regular play. Jonah Vesper has it for a moment, gets it forward in the center. A little bit of separation here for the Evergreens. It's Reichert. Plays it back to Alonso. Alonso in traffic. Boy, it's going to be hard to fight through those three players. You got to find somebody on the wing there. Three come to you on the ball, which means there's got to be somebody either left or right. Coming all the way out is Jacob Lords to clear it away and clears it out of play. The Everest soccer opener is brought to you by Stone Innovations. See if anything develops here from the far side. Over the touchline. Foul goes against Eau Claire Memorials. The Evergreens will have a chance to clear this out. Stone Innovations of Plover is here to serve you with fabrication, design, installation of stone countertops. Stone Innovations operates the most advanced fabrication equipment in the industry. Online, stoneinnovations.net. All one word, stoneinnovations.net to begin your order. Big save. Again, don't underestimate the pressure that's on the goalkeeper here. Lorge has come off his line, 3 or 4 times, and he's got to keep it a 1-0 match. It's going to be our first corner kick of the night. From the far side, let's see how Eau Claire Memorial plays this. Line drive. Into traffic, headed out. Shot there. Goalie was screened for a moment, still able to gather it in. Jacob Lorge, sure-handed. Keeps us at 1-0. Rosales in traffic. You know what, Eau Claire Memorial, for an uncommon opponent, they saw the Evergreens almost 1 year to the day. They know who the scorers are. They know that when Rosales has the ball, seems like he's double marked right away. And Colin Belton, too. Just no separation for Colin when he's got his touches in the middle of the pitch. Chipped forward a little bit too long. Rosales again. See, 2 players come to him right away. Now to Rosales with a little bit of room. See if he can make a run and turn this upfield along the near side. Still has it. Play on through that. Tries to center to Alonso. Belton. And nothing comes of it. The clock you see on the Zaleski Sports feed is unofficial. And here we are in the 33rd minute of today's match. I think that the timer you see on the screen and the actual time until halftime are going to be pretty close. We haven't had any injury stoppages. Had only 1 penalty kick that we keep running through, so I don't think we're going to have a lot of extra time as we get towards the end of the first half. Headed out. 3 back here for Eau Claire Memorial. Try to get this ahead. That's a beautiful pass to Rosales. Shot. Oh, the net was open and it's just wide. By far the Evergreens' best look at a really good chance set up by a nice feed to Rosales. That close to being even. Well, more of that, boys, in the closing moments of the first half. Again, set up by the nice pass. Best feed we've seen so far from the Evergreens. Counter-attacking chance from the Old Abes. Edge of the box, far side. Look at that, centered into traffic. Shot there, short range. Lord, rebound to the other side of the far post and out of play. Goal kick. Player offside in that spot. Yeah, flag went up on the far side. Even when you get close to the net, sure, can't have two beyond the ball, and Eau Claire Memorial did. So even though it looked like that far side post was threatened, flag was up from our far side referee. Linesman saw right away nothing was going to happen there. Turned over. Evergreens are back. Colin Abil. Keeper's got it. Keeper's going to punt this out. In our 36th minute, late first half. Again, edge of the box. Evergreens can't afford to give something up cheap here. That's high and out of danger for the time being. Landon Schneck fights for it. Old Abe's possess in the corner. Wow, that Old Abe's player just hustled up to the ball, and there's a tough save. Lorge made. Dockin Welsh, junior midfielder, just closed on that ball faster than the Evergreens had. Can't have that. We are probably getting to a point in the match where some of these players, you hope everyone's well-conditioned and ready to go the full 80 minutes, but it's humid. Whatever your outdoor sport is, football or this football, soccer, you got to hydrate the day before. So some of these players may be needing the halftime break, which is coming up soon. One nothing. Evergreen's most promising chance, a run by Raul Rosales. To the wing here, a little bit of a run. Reichert couldn't catch up with it. Too long and over the touchline. Late afternoon, early evening. Second half, lights will be taking effect. JV opened their season just before this match began, just before our on-air coverage at Zaleski Sports. Old Abe's were 2-0 winners in the JV. Both the goals came in the second half. They came one right after the other. Little bit of separation here for the Old Abe's. That's a dangerous pass ahead and just chipped forward. Didn't get good contact on that. And Lords is able to gather it in. 38th minute. Evergreens need to make sure they're buckled down here from long range. That's too tall and out of play. Shot from Campbell Dean. Old Abe's have outshot the Evergreens in the first half for sure. So we are just told for official time that we're now in the 39th minute of our 40-minute first half. Soccer is sponsored by Whitetail Properties. Looking for hunting or recreational property? Call Brian Resch at Whitetail Properties. The number is 715-213-4468. I will repeat, 715-213-4468. Can the Evergreens get something going late here? Kind of overrunning that is Belton. The Old Abe's take it back. Splits the defenders. Goalie's way out. The goalie misplayed it. Ball is loose and the net is empty. The Evergreens fight for it. Got a whistle. Got a late foul. This is outside the box. This is going to be a kick. Let's see. Or offsides on the far side. Yeah, nothing's going to come of it. Our referee was going to call a foul there, and the umpire on the side flag up and offside. Evergreens are going to put this ball in play, and then the half will come to an end. Late foul there called on the Evergreens. Doesn't matter. The first half has come to an end. A penalty kick at the 5th minute. Liam Junker gives the Old Abes a 1-0 lead. Please stay with us as we get some of our sponsors on the air. Old Abes lead the Evergreens 1-0 at halftime. This is DC Everest soccer coverage, opening night of the soccer season on Zaleski Sports. Back after these messages.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 17 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can get you rolling again. Sherrill Tire and Service Center is your locally owned commercial and farm tire specialist. Find us at SherrillTire.com.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
First things first with Mid-State Technical College. Dual credit programs earn you college credit in high school. Then choose a path that suits you. Use your skills to start your career or transfer to a university to continue your degree. Choose a new career. Transition easily and quickly by upgrading your skills. Or continue your education with dozens of classes to get you on your path. No matter your stage of the game, your first move is Mid-State Technical College.
At Nicolet Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolet Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Welcome back to the DC Everest Soccer Complex. I'm Chris Conley. We're at halftime. The Old Abe's scoring a penalty kick 5 minutes into the match. Only scoring so far and lead 1-0. Teams will be back out to start the second half in just a moment. Soccer coverage tonight brought to you by our game day sponsors, Era Pancakes, Merrill Iron and Steel, Wiggly Bar and Grill, and Ag Country FS. Everest coach Josh Roloff is a good halftime adjustment coach. See if the Evergreens can generate more scoring opportunities for themselves. One promising run. Pass right between defenders for Raul Rosales and was just wide of the near post. Second half gets underway in a 1-0 match after these messages. This is DC Everest Soccer, the season opener on Zaleski Sports.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no. One man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in central Wisconsin.
Stone Innovations, home of Wisconsin's largest granite and quartz selection, is now featuring the best stones shopping experience in the state. Our brand new indoor facility allows for a home-like, comfortable atmosphere. Choose from hand-picked stone from around the world and select the perfect look for your dream kitchen in the best lighting possible. Then sit down with our free design services to customize the look of your kitchen. Our projects come with a lifetime warranty. Stone Innovations, Wisconsin's granite and quartz leader. Appleton, Rhinelander, Clover, Madison.
All right, welcome back. Goalkeepers are back on their lines. Get this second half underway in just a moment. The senior, Brody Lupke, sure has been stingy down at the other end for the Old Abes. Jacob Lors, credit where credit is due. This was a 1-0 match early on. Eau Claire Memorial has had looks and chances, and the Evergreens have kept this at a 1-goal match. Which means things could get interesting in an instant. Whistle sounds, play is in. Let's see if the Evergreens can do something for the final 40 minutes of soccer tonight. Next time that we will have Zaleski Sports coverage of DC Everest soccer will be September 8th. Rhinelander comes calling. And then from that, all the conference home games. All here on Zaleski. So that's a lot of soccer. Spend some quality time with this team, which, when they get into Valley play, has high expectations for themselves. 4th place last year. They expect to finish higher on the table this year. Evergreens here. This is Schneck, who plays it back to Vesper. Chips that ahead a little bit too long for Jerry Lohr. Evergreens, back in the center. Giesel. And fouled. Evergreens will take this. They're about 20 yards outside. Quick restart to the corner. This is live. Over to Aiden Schultz. Can Schultz get this centered? He can. It's over the head of Lohr. Still back. Little bit of separation. And you know what? Instead of letting that fly right away, probably cost Belton a chance. Again, we're up high, so we just kind of see how everything develops, probably a little bit more than the players do down at field level. But Colin Belton would have had a better chance if he put that on goal right away instead of trying to ball handle. Coulda, shoulda. Again, to the far side, promising chance. Evergreens are offside. Offside, no goal. Line judge on the far side, flag went up and the whistle sounded before that ball even went towards the net. Evergreens are offside, and what looked like a promising chance wiped out. I know offside is complicated if you're not a regular soccer watcher, but you've got to look not at the lead man, but at the second man on the team that's possessing and where they are in position to the last defender. Can't have two beyond the last defenseman. I know sometimes now you watch like Premier League soccer, they'll actually superimpose a line on the field, and then suddenly offside is more easily explained. Referee just said he pointed in the wrong direction, so this will be Eau Claire Memorial's ball. Waiting for the restart, Campbell Dean. Dean's been active today for the Old Abes. Put on to goal in traffic. Up goes Jacob for the save. Evergreens try and push forward quickly. Here's Belton. Trying to get that back to him. Rosales and Belton on the pitch at the same time. Play on through that because the Old Abes still possess. 44th minute of a 1-0 match. We've gone a long, long time without any goals. Foot fighting there, and we've got an injury stoppage. Behind the play, one of the Evergreens is down, Cherie Lohr. While the trainers tend to him, why don't we take a quick break? We're going to step out in this 1-0 match. Injury stoppage here, and we'll be back after these messages on Zaleski Sports.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
They were looking at Lohr's ankle, but he is up and jogging off under his own power. As we'll be restarting in just a moment. Be ready to restart play in just a moment. I'm Chris Conley. Glad you're looking in for Zaleski Sports coverage, our first soccer game. As all fall, we've got a full slate of Everest sports. Our next football broadcast is coming up Thursday. Yeah, the Everest football team is opening the season with two Thursday road games. They were 35-14 winners over Green Bay Preble. Chippewa Falls on Thursday. So me and my broadcast team went, 90 minutes in one direction for the opening Thursday, and then we'll go 90 minutes in the other direction. We'll be westbound on Thursday night. Thursday night football game against Chippewa Falls kicks off at 7. Coverage will be live here on Zaleski Sports. Again, what's nice, too, if you follow our YouTube page or if you're a VIP subscriber or you have the Zaleski website bookmarked, you can watch the game anytime. Go out to it in person, then see it afterwards. See all the big plays again. It's nice. As we said, we've got soccer coverage this year. For the first time, Everest Volleyball get Zaleski Sports coverage too. I think we've got, 4 or 5 volleyball matches. including, if memory serves, in traffic, chance smothered and a save. That keeps it at 1-0. Big spot there for Lorge from close range. Yeah, for the first time we have volleyball coverage this year. I believe Saturday, I think they've got a triangular coming up, so we'll have that. And then 3 or 4 volleyball matches too. I think Tom King's doing some of those. So Everest fans, give Tom King the love when you're watching the volleyball. From close range again, Memorial is on the attack. That's stopped and blocked. Good defensive play there by John Vesper. Vesper got a foot in there. Goalkeeper gathers that in, but it's off his hands. It's going to be a corner kick for the Old Abes, I think, from the far side. Again, the mission right now for the Evergreens has not changed much since the early stages of the match. Got to keep it at 1-0 and hope that your chance comes. Old Abes play this short from the far side into traffic. Not well struck. Lorge has been the much busier of the keepers. Little bit of room here to move forward. Here's Belton. Off to the side, Rosales. Rosales chips it forward, so the Evergreens string a couple of passes together. High ball to the near side. Tracking this down is Schultz. Edge of the box. Kind of angled off there. We'll play through that. Out of play. Yep, call the foul there. Yeah, I saw that. That's the right call, too. It's a delayed call because you want to see if Schultz can fight back to get that ball, and then when he didn't, then the call is made. See what the Evergreens can do. There's a little bit short of a corner kick. High, some air under it, into traffic, over everybody. And over to the far side. Evergreens play this back, still possess here. Yeah, boy, Eau Claire Memorial, you're confident with that 1-0 lead, and they pack in the defense pretty tight in the box there. Evergreens just could not get a lot of separation. And now promptly turn the ball over. Going to whistle here. Foul against the Evergreens, and one of the Old Abes is slow getting up. Back to his feet right away. Old Abes will restart right at the center of the pitch. In the 48th minute, 1-0. And it is unusual if you follow high school soccer to go this long. I mean, 48 minutes of live play, we have not had a goal scored in regular time. The Old Abes 1-0 lead came on a penalty kick. So when we've just been moving up and down the pitch, nothing. Jack Hudson, Jr. on for the Old Abes. Evergreens play this short in their defensive end. And turned over. What's the one step forward that I think the Evergreens would like to make from match 1 to match 2? They'll play again just 3 days from now on Friday. I think they'd like to cut down on some of these turnovers. Evergreens have had good play in goal. Schneck here. Schneck had a little bit of separation too. Still wound up giving the ball back. There again, another turnover. Yeah, that would be the step forward that the Evergreens are looking for. And there's a fancy move from Rosales. Rosales tried to go across. Yeah, we saw that once in one of his runs in the first half too. Fancy with the footwork. And then kind of misjudged the pass. So sometimes, just in your first match, you don't put everything together. Far side run here, centering in traffic, and there's the goal that the Evergreens could not afford to give up. Evergreens now trail 2-0. Goal at the 50th minute. And now the waters get deep for the Evergreens. I think that was Jack Hartman's goal, but we'll wait for the official word. It's on the far side, so it's kind of a long look for us. Kind of look around here in the press box, see if anyone else has our confirmed goal scorer there. A lot of time left, still another 30 minutes of soccer. But the Evergreens now have 2 goals to make up. Now the pressure's more on the Evergreens. Try and make something happen from the far side. Weniger here in traffic now to the box. But again, Eau Claire Memorial can kind of pack things in a little bit tighter. Evergreens will get the ball here. Deep throw in from the far side. Turned over. Evergreens have 2 defensemen back. And a couple now charging in. There's a challenge from behind. That's clean. I think Rosales got the ball there. Yeah, he got ball, not man. So it's a solid challenge from behind. Snuff out that run. I believe the goal scorer was Duncan Welsh, but I'm not going to bet money on it. So until we are told otherwise, Welsh, senior midfielder at the 50-minute mark. Goal came from close range. Not much the goalie can do there. You need your keeper to have superhuman reflexes to be able to stop from that close. Carry the ball in towards the far post to the small box. And scored pretty close. Another chance here. That's just not well struck. And an easier chance for Jacob Lorge, who gathers it in. Long ball ahead. Rosales. Quickly marked. Rosales gets that shot on. Centering from close range and unable to get the shot off was Jacob Giesel. Most promising chance for the Evergreens. Giesel may have been trying to transfer that from left foot to right foot. And really, you got to be able to let that fly from either side. Chance there. Double team. Player goes down. You know what? This is inside the box. They're calling that on the Old Abe's. Boy, and that's not the way the Evergreens, not the way the Old Abe's bench saw it. And we've got an Old Abe's player who is down. Time stops for the injury here. In the 53rd minute of play. We have not had many injury stoppages. had only that one penalty kick, so tonight's match has moved right along. You know, one of the nice things, too, about our Zaleski sports coverage is that we have multiple matches almost every night. I mean, you check out the website on a Friday night when we've got all the high school football games going, there's a lot going on. I see spinning around tonight, we have the volleyball triangular that Assumption is hosting. Wisconsin Rapids, which will be one of the teams that will be competing with the Evergreens for Valley Conference soccer titles. Wisconsin Rapids is in action tonight against De Pere. There's also a volleyball quadrangular that's going on. And Columbus Soccer is hosting the Coosa. Players coming off now, so we're going to have a restart. Again, you follow the Zaleski Sports website. Find the YouTube page, or even better, become a VIP. It's only what? It's $5 a month? You get lots of bonus coverage and content. So that's $5 well spent. And on a Tuesday night or again on a Thursday night, you get a lot of sports. Thursday, it's going to be a big high school football night, too. Everest football will be back in action Thursday. Yeah, what are the other football games that we have on Thursday night? Spash, which lost their opener to Kimberly, will be on the road against Hudson. Spash is still very good, and yet the Spash football team could start their season 0-2. Wisconsin Rapids will host Stoughton. I would think that Rapids would be favored in that game. And we've also got Thursday volleyball, too. Rapids and Auburndale. I'll give you the Friday football games in just a moment. And again, Friday, this Everest soccer team, there won't be Zaleski sports coverage. They'll be on the road at Appleton North. It's another tough match. See if the Evergreens trailing 2-0 can make a run here. Played off to the side. Schneck plays it back. Again, Memorial's got the lead. Packs in the defenders. On the far side, Weniger. Kind of tumbled, got into the box. Weniger's got it back. Tried to chip that ahead to Belton and then cleared out of danger. Twice now in the second half, Evergreens have got into the big box. Nothing to show for it. Long, high ball, a lot of air under it, bouncing. Challenge, play on through that and out of play. Evergreens will have a deep throw in. Subs in for the Evergreens. Gissel. Gortz in for the Evergreens. Played towards the center, now chipped out to the near side. Evergreens still possess, but have moved backwards to create a little separation. Out of play, Everest ball. How about this for a Friday night football lineup? Spencer Columbus will host Colby. Edgar and Stratford, the rivalry is renewed early in week 2. Marshfield could be sitting on a win. They'll be on the road against Slinger. Greenwood and McDonald Central. Pacelli will be hosting Brookfield Academy. Medford at Amherst, Pepin at Assumption, and Wapaka plays Fox Valley Lutheran. Our Friday night football lineup on Zaleski Sports. Again, Everest fans, your game is Thursday on the road at Chippewa Falls. You make the drive and cheer the boys on in person, and if you can't, our Zaleski Sports cameras and microphones will be there. Jaden Boss is coming on for Eau Claire. Jack Hartman is off. If the goal at 50 is not Dakin Welsh's goal, then it probably belongs to Jack Hartman, one or the other. Long ball ahead. And whistle, foul. Yeah, player was offside. Right. It's that second player who was trailing. It was Oscar Spekov beyond the last defender. Memorial again. Off to the near side. Give and go. Tate Bledsoe. Bledsoe challenged, has the ball taken away. Into the 56th minute we go in what's now a 2-0 match. Give the Evergreens credit, too. This has been a tough level of competition. The boys are still playing hard, down 2-0. And down 2-0 to this really good Eau Claire Memorial team just doesn't seem very promising for a comeback. Again, Memorial's packed the defense in after going up 1-0, and more so now with a 2-goal lead. Play this back. Ball goes right over the foot of that Everest player and turned over to Eau Claire. Evergreens have it back now. Fancy there in the center. Evan Peak. Now off to the side. In traffic. Closing on it. Wow. That was the defenseman that hit it off his own goalpost. And still nothing doing. The defender was closing in on that. Probably made inadvertent contact with the ball. Went off the post on the near side. From the wing, can the Evergreens get this centered? Trying to get this in the middle. That's Giesel. They quickly close on him. Over the crossbar. Nothing doing. Evan Peak. Most promising look in a while for the Evergreens, but we stay at 2-0. Goal kick to restart us. Pretty good defensive play there by Colin for the Evergreens. He's the last man of defense. He doesn't get a foot on that. And you've got two old Abes streaking towards the goal and a likelihood of building the lead beyond 2-0. Small play, but keeps the Evergreens from falling further behind. Rosales comes off. Probably going to be a short break. Again, Rosales, when the season is done, is going to be one of the Evergreens' leading goal scorers. I don't think he's going to be on the bench long. Take a breather of 2 or 3 minutes and then back into the fray. Thrown in from the far side. Goalie's off his line. Won the race to the ball and out of danger. Evergreens send this cross. Evan Peak tried to close on it, couldn't get to it. And Eau Claire Memorial again. Evergreens have 2 back. Played off to the wing, and that's behind Sam McBride. Into traffic, out of the big box. Eau Claire Memorial fights through again. Some contact there. Goalkeeper comes up, smothers it, sends it out to the far side. 1, 2, 3, 4 old Abes are back. Again, you got the 2-0 lead. Pack them back. Evan Peak in the center, tries to slide that forward to Giesel in traffic from the near side. Shot hit the post, and no luck for the Evergreens. And a lot of net was open there for Aiden Schultz. Schultz probably wished that he struck it with a little more authority. Had the goalkeeper down, had a lot of net open, and clang off the post. And we stay at 2-0. as we enter our 60th minute. 1 goal in the first half on a penalty kick, and then 1 goal at the 50-minute mark for Eau Claire Memorial, giving them the 2-0 lead that they enjoy right now. Even if this winds up going into the loss column, and we've still got 20 minutes to play here. Here's another run for the Evergreens. Evan Peak, goalie is out and he smothers it. Brody Lupke, the opposing keeper, he's a good one. And he's still cooking on his shutout. Even if this match goes into the loss column, and here's a takeaway, goalie comes out again. A lot of nets open and unable to close on that as the Everest second defender. Giesel's got it here for the Evergreens. Now to the near side, Giesel gets it back from Schultz. Giesel on the far side, high, cross, played back, headed out. Evergreens still possessed, but they're further back. About 30, 35 yards out here. Weniger's on the wing, out of play. Evergreens throw in, deep. Told you that will be a short break. Rosales back on for the Evergreens. Yeah, even if this goes into the loss column, this is a useful match. Useful for conditioning. Useful to tell you where you are as a team and where you need to get to between now and the end of the season. Again, Eau Claire Memorial, a tougher club than a lot of the teams the Evergreens will play in Valley Conference play. So if the Evergreens kind of hold their own, kept this a 1-0 match for a long, long time, I think the Evergreens would fare pretty well when they get into the Valley Conference part of the season. This is high and on top of the goal, nothing doing for the Evergreens. 63rd minute now. Walker Johnson, senior, comes on. Charles Funk, Jr., comes off. This goes out of play, goes to the Evergreens. I mean, if the Evergreens can score something soon, there's still a lot of time left in this match. Get it back to 2-1. You might make Eau Claire Memorial sweat a little bit. To the center, Belton. Belton with a run. Played off to the wing. Schultz, can he get this centered? High cross into traffic. One of the Everest players overran that and comes out of danger. Whistle here. Foul on Everest. Post-game coverage will be on the field with Coach Josh Roloff. And should there be late-minute heroics, invite a player over too. No one there on the side. I think the Evergreens are going to throw this in. Towards the goal and up. Nothing doing. The Memorial bench thought that they were entitled to the throw-in on that far side. Played right through that. I thought that was out off the Old Abe's player, but then our side judge had his flag up, indicating that it should have gone the other way. Ball is up, out of play. Evergreens will have a throw in here, right in front of our Zaleski Sports cameras. substitution for the Evergreens. Tyler Gortz is in. Cal Weniger's out. See, it does get dark earlier. Playing completely under the floodlights now. Enjoyed a nice central Wisconsin sunset at halftime. Local sunset now is a little bit before 8 o'clock. Eau Claire Memorial's got about a 90-minute bus ride home. Looks like it'll be a happy trip home as both of these teams are opening up their campaigns tonight. And Eau Claire Memorial finished second in the Big Rivers Conference a year ago. Finished second to Hudson. And if memory serves, was Hudson the team? I think they were. I think Hudson was the team that ended the Evergreens run in the playoffs last year. Evergreens have 3 back. And now a few more as Eau Claire Memorial played this back to the center. Evergreens take it back. Evergreens from the wing. This is Rosales. Shuttles that forward. Giovanni Alonso. Alonso's got it back now. Can he turn? Now to the center. Here comes Belton. Yeah, Belton's marked up, loses the ball. Played to the center. Wow, no one marked up that player on the wing, and the ball was a little bit slow getting over to Sam McBride. That's a defensive matchup mistake that Eau Claire Memorial didn't see right away and didn't take advantage of. Got that ball faster to McBride, and it would be a 3-0 game. Chance here for the Evergreen shot that's deflected by one of the last lines of defense. Who got a foot on that? Campbell Dean disrupted the chance and now gets it out of danger. 68th minute. In the center, shot high, nothing doing. Giovanni Alonso. I don't blame him for turning with the strong right foot there. It's one of the few times that there's been a little bit of separation for an Everest player to wheel back and let it launch. Going into the later stages here of the second half, so time now becomes a friend of the old Abes. William Nordstrom, who's one of the backup goalies. It's a freshman who just came on for Eau Claire Memorial. Give him a chance to stretch his legs. Evergreens play this back to Lorge, our keeper. This is Belton. Had the ball a moment ago. Belton's been bottled up tonight. Rosales had one good run and a promising look in the first half. Left it just wide of the near upright. So the Evergreens had that good run by Rosales late in the first half. And then the Evergreens hit the post here in the second half. It still keeps them off the scoreboard. Belton again. Evergreens fight through some traffic. Schultz. Again, look at the Eau Claire defense just packed in when you enjoy that 2-0 lead. This deflects off, I think, off one of the Everest players. Think we've got a goal kick here? Yes, we do. In the 70th minute of our 80-minute match. Again, the Evergreens have 2 days of practice, Wednesday and Thursday, then travel to the Fox Valley to play Appleton North. They'll have games. North is hosting a quadrangular, so they'll have games on Friday and Saturday. Want to play strong these final 10 minutes. Again, you're looking for players with good conditioning, good bottom under them here. Played over to the center, Giesel. Handball. Yep, Evergreens will restart this. This has been a well-officiated match, too. You can tell when it's well-officiated by the level of complaints that you hear from either bench. I mean, up here in our perch, Evergreens are to our left. Old Abe's are to our right. Old Abe's are going to throw this in from the far side. Nope, called a foul there. Okay. 2 yellow cards in the first half. And kind of inconsequential. Things settle down right afterwards. Old Abe's play this back. And now out. Just like to see something positive happen for these Evergreens before we get over to full time. Old Abe's from the corner. Goal kick coming up. Aiden Schultz. Sheree Lohr is coming in. Lohr went out for an injury stoppage, so nice to see him getting back on the pitch for the closing 7 minutes tonight. And Lohr was down for an extended time. Ball ahead, maybe here's a run. Rosales finally has some separation, tries to chip this forward, headed, and unable to steer it towards the goal was Evan Peak. You know what? Rosales in space, we've seen this a couple of times. He's fast. Good foot skills and speed. Going to see that on display before the season's done. Deep into the 74th minute. Over the touchline and out of play. It'll be thrown in. And cleared up by the Evergreen Schultz. Still not cleared away. Goalie off his line. Lorge smothers. Goalkeeper comes out. Throws that all the way to the near side and closing on that ball, Jack Hudson. Hudson for the Old Abe's. Hudson shot. Nice save. Laying out and knocking it away with his right hand, Jacob Lorge. Keeps us at 2-0. 75th minute. Little confusion on whose ball this is. Evergreen's ball. Rosales will throw in. Touch here for Alonso. Alonso was trying to get that all the way ahead to Calvang. Vang? No, that was trying to get that ahead to Giesel. Didn't get through cleanly. Chip that forward. Another run here for Rosales, too far out in front, goes out of play. Evergreens will throw in again. Rosales is roaming just outside the box if the Evergreens can get the ball to him. in traffic, Belton. Again, got two players marking him, just hard to create when you're being marked that close. Corner kick for the Evergreens. See if Everest can do something with a set piece here. Line drive, headed out. Gort's closest to it. And now Alonso. Alonso took that into traffic, fought through it, still has it, now tries to get it centered. Closest player to it was Jerry Lohr, and out of danger again. Again, just a lot of players packed in. Foul on Memorial. Yeah, Memorial's really pushing for a shutout. They want that positive 0. Evergreen's still working hard for something. Goalkeeper's way out. To the wing, Schneck. And now ahead here's Schultz. Schultz, edge of the box. Fought off that ball over the touchline. This should be a corner kick for the Evergreens too. Yep. Wow, Eau Claire Memorial, you know what? Be careful there's not a card there. Goalkeeper didn't agree with the call and then kicked the ball away. Corner for the Evergreens from the near side.
Big win, White, big win. Get ready, Liam.
High, arcing ball away from the box, into traffic. Evergreens got their goalkeeper all the way down there. The net's empty at the other end. So Lorge comes on as an extra player from the wing. Evergreen shot here, near side, smothered. Schultz didn't make good contact with that with the right-hand foot, right side foot. 78th minute, about to go to full time. And the Evergreens are going to open their season with a loss. And always the possibility that the Evergreens will see these old Abes again in the playoffs. Just usually the way these sectionals work, it's the Central Wisconsin team. Here's an opportunity for the Evergreens. Go ahead, Evan Peak. Wow, tough angle as he carried it a little bit further. Had to keep that ball on his foot because he had the defenseman closing there. Going to stop the clock for a moment with about 90 seconds left. And a substitution will come in. So the clock stops momentarily on the sub, and then we'll restart. Funk comes in, Johnson off. Ball ahead for Eau Claire. Evergreens have 3 back. Got a foul here. A little bit of confusion on how this is going to play. That foul is going to be on the Evergreens. And Eau Claire Memorial is going to get to restart as we enter our final minute. A stoppage for a moment. In our closing minute, we will recap our scoring, and then we'll be down on the field for a post-game interview with Everest coach Josh Roloff. The Old Abes got on the board early. Evergreens committed a foul in the big box. Liam Junker scored on the penalty kick that followed, and in the 5th minute, 1-0 Old Abes. For the next 45 minutes of soccer, it would be a 1-0 match. Then Docken Welsh scored on the near side post from close range at the 50th minute, bringing us to 2-0. Evergreens hit the post, trailing 2-0. later in the second half, but are going to be shut out tonight. Final whistle sounds, and our final score, 2-0. Congratulations to the Old Abes. Good effort against a really tough opponent. You're swimming in deep waters against the Eau Claire Memorial Soccer Club, and the Evergreens open with a loss. Evergreens will be back in action on Friday. They'll be on the road against another toughie. They'll play Appleton North. And our next Zaleski Sports Soccer broadcast will be September 8th when the Evergreens take on Rhinelander in the Hammer game. Everest football fans, join us 48 hours from now. DC Everest football on the road against Chippewa Falls. That's a Thursday kickoff at 7, and if you can't make it, you'll see it here at Zaleski Sports. We'll go down to the field in a few moments. Our post-game interview is brought to you by Nasonville Dairy. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy. Curtis, Marshfield, or online, NasonvilleDairy.com. One word, NasonvilleDairy.com. So we wrap up our play-by-play coverage on Zaleski Sports. It's Eau Claire Memorial 2, DC Everest nothing. I'm Chris Conley, and you've been listening to Everest Soccer on Zaleski Sports. Josh Roloff, the Everest coach, will join us for some post-game coverage, a post-game interview, and a recap as the Evergreen season is underway. Again, they lost to a tough opponent tonight. I think the Evergreens have many wins coming their way as we get into conference play. The conference part of their schedule figures to be easier than the level of competition they saw tonight. Thanks for joining us for Tuesday Soccer. Good night, everybody.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business.
Yeah. Post-game coverage on Zaleski Sports. I'm Chris Conley. The Evergreens have opened their season with a 2-0 loss to a really good Eau Claire Memorial team. We're with Coach Josh Roloff. Put Eau Claire in perspective. They were good last year, and they may have taken a step forward as a club for this season, too.
Absolutely, yeah. You're always going to get a good program with, Eau Claire. They always give us a really good battle. They beat us 5-1 last year. And every time we play them, we learn a little bit more about ourselves. And, it's our first game, so good competition like this is invaluable for the rest of the season. We're gonna take what we learned from this game, and we're going to go forward from here.
They bring back their same goalie from a year ago. They're giving up only 1.3 goals a game. So when you're down 1-0, that already gives you a really tough hole. And yet you got a couple of good looks. I thought the Rosales run in the first half, set up by a really nice ball, had a post in the second half. So, there were some scoring opportunities there.
Raul played amazing. I think he's set for a breakout season. He's playing fantastic soccer, the best soccer I've seen him play, his high school career. He's creating chances out there on the wing for us, and yeah, we got a couple of chances. We just couldn't convert them, and that's kind of what the game's about. You need to execute when you get those opportunities.
I said this during the broadcast. Not only has he got great foot skills, in space, he's super fast.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we want him to do, is utilize that speed. And Raul, he's kind of learned how to use that, I think, in the off season. He's really developed his game to no longer just kind of being a winger that sends in crosses, but somebody who can kind of create attacking chances for us.
And then in other parts of the match, it kind of looked like a first season match. Sometimes trouble stringing a couple of passes together. That was a sometimes thing, it looked like.
Yeah, and that's credit to Memorial. They came out, they pressed us, they didn't give us any easy passes in the first half. And again, what I said at halftime was that I was just happy that they did that, because if we want to be a possession team, we need to be able to deal with a press like that. And I think in the second half we responded well.
For the years that I've been around the program, Everest has always scheduled tough out-of-conference games. I mean, this gives you a bottom or a foundation for the Valley Conference games that are coming up. You've got another match like that coming up on Friday, too. That Appleton North club is going to be good.
Yeah, Appleton North and Preble. Preble's ranked 7 in the state right now, so we're going to get a look at both of those teams. On turf, it'll be a little bit different for us. We're going to spend some time practicing on the turf over at the junior high, but we're excited to just push these guys, continue to push these guys, and get better every day.
You'll keep the guys together, of course. I think they see this level of competition for what it is, and that this is the kind of thing that sets you up for success when you get into the Valley Conference part of your season. You're going to be in the mix for conference honors this year. I don't think there's going to be a lot of difference between Spash and West and Rapids and Everest, the teams that are traditionally good.
Yeah, I mean, that's our goal. That's our goal every year. We don't want to take anybody for granted, though. We're going to take it one game at a time, and I think, like I said, this game and this weekend's games are going to set us up really nicely for that conference play and making a title run.
Coach, good luck on Friday and Saturday. We'll see you again back here for the Rhinelander game, the Hammer matchup on September 8th. And we're looking forward to a lot of soccer coverage this season. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, recapping tonight, again, a penalty kick put Eau Claire Memorial up at the 5-minute mark, 1-0. At the 50-minute mark, they'd had another goal from close range. The Evergreens shut out tonight with 2 good chances. One from Rosales late in the first half, where he was able to split defenders and get a shot on goal just wide of the post. And the Evergreens hit the post, trailing 2-0 in the later stages of the second half. Eau Claire Memorial opens with a 2-0 victory. They go to 1-0 on the season. The Evergreens shut out tonight and fall to 0-1. That wraps up our Zaleski sports coverage for our soccer opener. Join us for DC Everest football Thursday night at 7 at Chippewa Falls. For Tuesday night, thanks for looking in. I'm Chris Conley, and you've been listening and watching Zaleski sports coverage of DC Everest athletics. Good night, everybody.